All right, boys, we finally did it. This has been something in the works for a while, and we finally hit Masters. Now, I'm going to show you guys my reaction as soon as we hit Masters, and then afterwards, we'll have some gameplay going on of how we did it, as well as some of my general thoughts and impressions about the Season 17 rank system and how I feel about being in Masters rank. Wonderful job, boys. GG's.
Nice.
Masters, baby! You're... Good game, boys. Let's go! Oh! What a beautiful day, bro. On God. Now, I'm obviously ecstatic that we're in Masters. However, we have some problems. It's really bittersweet, and we're going to be talking about why. So, obviously, Season 17 does have some problems within the rank system. Now, many people would agree with me that Season 17 does have some problems, but many people would also say that Season 17's rank system is fine. It's perfectly good and balanced. And we're going to talk about why some people are on that wavelength that the rank system is good. Now, off the bat, I do got to give my stance. I think this rank system is a tad broken, so my views may be biased. A lot of pro players are going to agree with me, and a lot of the top ranked players will also agree with me. To start off with giving my impressions, we have to talk about the problems with the new rank system. Now that I've been able to play the rank system quite a bit and hit Masters, I feel like I have a pretty good idea from a casual player standpoint on the rank system. I could show you clip after clip about pro players talking about it and telling all the problems with it, but it's going to be a tad skewed from their perspective as they're the top dogs and they obviously know how to play this game very well. So let's first talk about the goal that Apex was going for, which was placement based. You have to place well within your match in order to gain LP. Kill points aren't as important. And for me especially, I love this change. I'm a big placement player. I love to get into the end games. And I'm not a big kill racer or running down the whole map trying to kill as many people as I can. I like to play to win the game. So at first, I was really excited about this new change that they added to make it more placement based. But this obviously created a lot of flaws as most people are now going to be camping. If your teammate dies, you're going to be ratting in a bush. And so there are some ways to exploit the rank system. Not only did this create ways to exploit the rank system, but I was finding, especially when I was solo queuing, that players and some of my teammates were instantly into that let's find a bush and rat. Even if we had good loot, even if we were wanting to rotate, they did not care. So it really created just a big confusion within your teammates, especially if you're solo queuing and it's hard to calm as much, as everybody's goal is just a little different. Some people want to sit and rat and get LP, other people want to find a good position and fight. And I was really finding a huge disconnect, especially solo queuing, between teammates. Now, while we're talking about solo queuing, this brings up my next point, which is the matchmaking, especially when you're solo queuing. Apex informed us that they improved the matchmaking for Season 17, and I highly had to disagree with this. Now, I would ask my teammates, or after I died, I would see what rank they're in, and when I was in Diamond, I was getting teammates who were silver or gold. If I was lucky, a platinum teammate. Very few times was I getting an actual diamond teammate when I was in Diamond. And this just made it even harder, as most of those players who are lower ranked, they're going to be on that vibe of playing slower, as obviously they're trying to get better. Wow, that's insane. No LP for my four kills to assist. And also just wanting to rat as they want to gain LP and they're maybe not as confident in their gunfights. So as a Diamond player, and I like to see myself as a pretty decent player, I felt like the pace of my games when I was solo queuing were super bad, super slow, and super ratty. And I also didn't have the most confidence in my teammates as well. So it made it even more incentivizing for me to play into their play style, which made ranked pretty boring. And speaking of boring, the new ranked system incentivized you to have a boring game. I don't know if anybody else was having this problem, but I would sometimes drop 4, maybe 6 kills in a game and get maybe top 5, and I would only get my placement points. I literally wouldn't get any LP for any of my kills. And that begs me to ask the question, why am I risking my game to get some kills if I'm not even going to be rewarded LP for it? In that case, I'll just camp the whole game, get into the late game, because kill points don't even get you any points. Why are we still calling them kill points if they don't get you points? I don't know, it's crazy to me. And I mentioned earlier, I'm a big placement player. I'm not a big kill grinder. So even in my case of loving the placement setup, I was still getting pretty triggered and PO'd from not getting LP for my kills. Now, I'm sure there's other major problems with the rank system, but these were just some of the biggest things I was dealing with and things I was getting frustrated about. To sum it up, because there were multiple times where kill points didn't even matter, your teammates were just garbage, and it only mattered about placement, this rank system really was all about the time spent within the game more so than about skill level. Now, if you disagree with me, please let me know down in the comments. I'm obviously open for discussion, but without further ado, we're gonna move into our next point of this video, which is talking about why Apex made these changes, and maybe there is a reason as to why they did it. Now, at the beginning of the video, I said that some people might be really mad about the rank changes and what it's doing, but there's going to be other people who disagree and say that the rank system is balanced, fair, and it's working great. In my opinion, probably the top 5% of players are pretty PO'd about this, and obviously pro players as well. And that's because they're good at the game. They understand what it takes to progress in this game and quote unquote be a Masters or Apex Predator. But now for the other 95% of players who are in those bronze to platinum ranks, they're hitting ranks they never even thought they could hit. If you're a silver player, you're hitting platinum. If you're a gold player, you're getting diamond. If you're a plat or diamond player, you're hitting masters or maybe even pred. So majority of players are hitting ranks higher than what they normally hit, which to them it shows, hey, I'm improving, I'm doing well in the game. And in turn, this incentivizes you to play the game even more because you want to boost your rank more than what you've previously been able to do. So why did Apex make these changes? In my opinion, their number one reason for making these rank changes is to get more players playing the game for longer periods of time. I really don't think they made these improvements to have a better rank system, more so than to get you to play the game more. Now, this is a picture of the current Season 17 rank distribution at the time of this recording. Currently, across all platforms, about 8% of players are in Masters, and I play on PS4. Currently within PS4, close to 25% of players are in Masters. Now, mind you, there's still about 2 months left in the season, and generally by the end of the season, normally there's only 4% of players in Masters. Now, we're already close to 6 times the amount of players entering Masters, and it's only going to go up from here. I bet by the end of the season, close to 50 or 60% of players are in Masters. Now, if you've been playing this game since the start, like myself, these numbers are staggering, mind-blowing, and it's actually really disrespectful to all the people who've put in hard work to hit Masters the right way. And finally, this leads me to my last part of this video, which is talking about my own personal impressions and experience hitting Masters this season. Now, over the last couple of years, as I've been making content and streaming, I've been trying really hard to improve my game so I can hit Masters. Masters was one of the biggest goals I've had within Apex. To me, it was part of the most elite players and the people who have put in the most amount of time to increase their skill more so than the amount of time they put into the game. So I finally reached my goal of hitting Masters. However, it didn't feel like how it was supposed to feel or how I thought it would feel. Now, last season in Season 16, I pushed my absolute hardest and tried the most to hit Masters. We were close in hitting Diamond, but we didn't quite hit Masters. Last season, I was putting in a ton of time. I had a couple 24-hour streams. I was grinding 8 hours a day, and everybody I ran into in the Diamond lobbies were very well put together. They knew what they were doing. They knew how to play the game. They had great team chemistry, and their aim was on fleek. If I would have hit Masters last season, I would have actually probably cried on stream. It would have been a really big momentous occasion for me. However, this season is probably the least amount of time I've played, and I've been able to hit Masters, and it felt like a cakewalk. The teams I was playing were terrible. It felt like I was in bronze lobbies in a diamond lobby. So hitting Masters just wasn't gratifying. It wasn't fulfilling at all, even though it was such a big goal of mine. And the gratification of hitting Masters comes from only a select few are able to do it within the season. And so it even takes more away knowing that 25% of the people on my gaming system are also in Masters. In all, this season, Masters doesn't carry the same weight it used to. It's almost like Masters is free this season as long as you put in the time. To conclude, I'm happy I hit Masters. However, I am that much more hungry to hit Masters in a future season when the rank system is made to be more competitive. And that Masters badge has more incentive and has that same gratification that it should have. Now, I've made a lot of bold claims. This is obviously just my own personal experience. I know everybody has a different experience on this game. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comments as far as what rank you guys are in and how you feel like you've played versus previous seasons. Until the next time, it is your boy, the Apex Messenger, or on Twitch, A_Hillier, and we are going to be signing off. Make sure to peep the links in the bio, and we will see you in our very next Apex Legends message. Thank you. Good game, boys. Let's go! Oh! What a beautiful day, bro. On God.